If you love football or soccer, you are watching the right video. It will be an insightful video about the psychology behind the penalty kick in football matches, so just don't skip it or else you might miss something significant. If this creates curiosity, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel Celebrity Mania if you still need to. So let's see the psychology behind the penalty kick in football or soccer matches. Soccer/football matches and players. It's not wise at all if people think that the winner of a match depends on luck. Despite what's visible, the results are unpredictable most of the time, and there is the role of psychology behind it along with the team's thoroughly planned preparation and practice. You might have observed several people predicting the match results, making unexpected judgments like it will flop, the team is not good, or they are not playing well today while watching them play. We're going to talk about this. As soon as both teams score equal points in the match, they enter a format where they have to go for a penalty shootout. 5 players from each team are selected for it, and they keep shooting until any one team wins. According to psychologist did.If, the football match is no longer just a physical game. It's a game that needs both psychology and the team's support to win. He says this after working for more than 5 years on the research of Football World Cup penalties. He did this by taking the help of international tournament footage and understanding some complexities of how the minds of male players work under pressure in the match with a shootout for the goal to win when millions of people are watching them. He figured out that psychology plays a more significant role in winning the match. What goes into a penalty kick? The penalty kick involves the football, the players who will kick it, the goal net, and a goalkeeper. The terrible thing is it has enough power to outburst the well-trained player emotionally, and we will see how it happens soon. They involve the efforts of the complete team, as said by did, and is not limited to the player's physical strength. So it involves the roles of mind games and psychological to a greater extent. He also reported, based on the report of Europe Championships data from 1976 to the next 5 years, that the penalty kick or shootout is one of the tense events in football matches. Not only this, he described it as one of the most ridiculous methods to select the winner, which is not fair at all. The greater the penalty kick stakes, the more cruelty it reflects in the judgment while declaring the winner. So the individual performance of the player is who's going for the shootout penalty kick depends on the emotional responses for the whole team. What the player thinks. To understand a player's mindset at that moment, you must relate it to some of your most tense events. So the pressure is not less than your sudden professional meetings where you have to cancel the vacations you have planned with family, or the pressure of giving one of your toughest exams tomorrow, or trying to start that difficult conversation that you have been trying to avoid for so many days. Still, you have to face it now under any circumstances. So similar emotions and reactions happen with the players during the penalty kicks. Anxiety covers their minds and they perform differently, which either freeze or affect their mind or can be observed in their body language. For some of the players as shootouts, the penalty kick is either by closing their eyes or avoiding eye contact with the goalkeeper. Some of them shoot out in a rush because of anxiety, and according to the research report of Dr. did, those who shoot out the penalty kick in a hurry lose it. Some of them can feel their legs shaking and they fear the public watching them in a shaking position where their body seems weaker, shaking and reflecting higher anxiety. So their mind also determines the intensity of the penalty kick shootout in the same way their attacking shaking hands or legs reflect at that moment. Their performance increases when they're close to winning the match. Also, they will get criticism if they lose it on behalf of the complete team, which adds additional mental pressure on them. Thank you to our curious audience who keeps asking insightful questions about players' performance in the comment box. Like it if you found the info exciting and shocking. What the goalkeeper thinks. It's figured out that the amount of stress or pressure goalkeepers face is less than the players who have to shoot out on the penalty kick. If their team loses the game, they will not get the blame. Therefore, the pressure and anxiety of unwanted criticism is not on their mind. Not only this, they will be treated as the hero of the day or the team if they can win by not letting the player get the penalty kick scores. Also, they can have a penalty if staying in the centre, but they have to become more action biased and move to action to avoid blame for losing the game. Though, if they move and the penalty still will not be saved, they are considered not at fault. The mind games within. did said that it depends on the physical strength and the mind's more significant role in winning the match whilst playing it. So let us see some crucial factors related to mind games that affect performance. To reduce anxiety, do not rush. Take deep, slow breaths can help the players reduce the pressure and take it slow. They feel that the situation is in control and part of their routine matches or practice matches can help them to perform better and win the game by eliminating the nature of unpredictability. It all needs long-term practice, which should start several months before the actual game of the World Cup or Championship begins. The players have to train themselves like robots and machines which perform quickly according to the given data. Another crucial factor in this mind game is celebrating the team's success, like a goal, which helps to calm the anxiety and the players who shoot out the penalty kick to win the match. So it also depends on the vitality of celebration and enthusiasm, and they should only isolate the performing player at a cost. Therefore, interacting, supporting, cheering and communicating with the individual player of the team who is going to shoot out the penalty kick can help them score better. The ways players trick the goalkeeper. Though it's proved that the penalty kick is a mind game, players use some techniques and play some mind games even with the goalkeepers to increase their chances of scoring better or winning. It involves scuffing the penalty spot, avoiding eye contact with the goalkeeper, turning their back from them, and giving them a hint as to where they're moving towards the center circle. An example is the Panenka penalty. Let's see it with an example of the Panenka penalty, considered one of the most Spartan penalty kicks. The main focus of this penalty kick technique is chipping down at the center of the goal by the penalty kicker. Some other notable penalties in history. And to understand how difficult it is to perform in the penalty kick-out shootout, let us see an example of one of the best players. Roberto Baggio from Italy is considered one of the best football players in the world. He manages to score more than 88% success rate in football matches, including the championships and the World Cups. In the 1994 World Cup against Brazil, the team managed to reach the finals because of him. But because of the final match penalty kick shootout, Italy lost against Brazil. The percentage of penalties saved and taken. The estimated penalty conversion rate is reported as, in the case of winning the last penalty kick shootout, it rises from 76% to 83% and up to 89% if they win 2 penalty kick shootouts. While in this case of loss, it drops to 72% and 57% respectively. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it and found it insightful. If you have, please subscribe now if you still need to, it really means a lot to us. We'll be back soon with another video. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.